It's me, Vicky Marie, and good morning, good afternoon, or good evening, wherever you are in this crazy world we're living in. So, in this video, we're going to talk about Maria, this beautiful girl who was an influencer, and she liked to do risky things for good photos or for in her leisure time. And Maria has sadly had a terrible accident and is no longer with us on this planet. So, this is what we're going to talk about today because not only Maria, but many other influencers, and of course, this is a new word, isn't it? It's come into our vocabulary over the last 10 years, probably. An influencer. Influencers are people that are on social media. Some people might say, I'm an influencer. I don't think I'm an influencer. I just like to talk about things. I'm a chatter. I'm not trying to influence anyone in one way or another, though maybe Maria wasn't. I don't know what Maria's goals were, but it's a new thing, isn't it? And it's popular. Influencers, they can influence all kinds of things. Some people are trying to influence you one way or another, and other people are just trying to present their lifestyle, take nice photos, build up social media community. And it is a job now, isn't it? A lot of people, it is their only job. For me, it's not my only job. I'm luckily, because I don't know how to make money from being an influencer, to actually make a living is really difficult unless you really got a massive number of followers. So, for me, we started off as a hobby and now it has come part of a job because I probably spend more time on my YouTube. I definitely spend more time on my YouTube than I do and my other social media accounts than I do with Spanish classes. Because it started off as something I enjoyed doing, and then I have received recompense through it. But as I say, not enough to keep, to be a full-time wage. But some influencers, that's what they do. They just build up their platforms and it is their only income. It is their way of making a living. And the more I've sort of delved into this, of these influencers that take risky photos, because for a lot of influencers, that is part of their channel. That is what they do. They take photos in strange places or dangerous places, or dressed in a certain way. They go to far-flung places, and that is how they build their following. And many influencers from all over the world have died as a result of trying to get the perfect photo. And not only influencers, this is been influenced by the influencers, but a lot of people in their normal lives, they go on holiday. We had a very unfortunate accident here, which I must look at one day. Two young lads trying to take a selfie, near the beach from a high path near the beach, and fell off and died. That was only last year, I think, and it wasn't even that high, really, not like a mountain or anything. But they're trying to get the right angle, it's like trying to take a selfie. That's why I'm so rubbish at it, because there is an art to taking a selfie, trying to get everything in right. And these two boys, I say boys, they're men, young men, fell off the pathway and died, both of them. So this is it just seems more and more often that I'm reading about tragedies like this. So that's what we're going to talk about in this video, specifically about Maria, because this is a story that's come up recently. It's in a lot of the papers on the news this morning. But there's been lots of other incidences. So first of all, I want to say my thank yous. Thanks all for watching, liking, subscribing, like the banner says at the bottom. Special thank you to my members. Today is Thursday, so tonight is members exclusive live. So why not think about being a member and come and join us in that? Thank you to those of you who've bought me a Ko-fi, sent me a super chat, PayPal me, etc. These are the things that keep my channel going. Thank you so much. And if you're not already subscribed, please think about subscribing. It's completely free. And that's a really good free way you can support my channel if you like my videos. Okay, thank you. So let's get rid of the banner. Let's see who's up this morning. So as usual, bit of an impromptu live. Life's a bit chaotic again at the moment. So I can't, unfortunately, I'd love to be able to do a program, and say, right, these are the days that I'll be going live or when I'm releasing videos. It's just impossible for me at the moment. I just have to make a video when I get the opportunity to do it with everything else that's going on. So sorry about that. No, a lot of people ask me, oh, what time do you go live or what? Unfortunately, at this moment in time, something that I'm working towards and I'd like to have that. But just at this moment in time, I can't do it. Okay, so hello to you lurkers out there. Hello to those of you that are watching on replay crew. Hi, Kelly. So, how are you, Kelly? I hope you're well. Are you driving at the moment? Now, one thing you can rest assured with, I won't ever be doing these dangerous photos. That's just, I'd like to, I'm going to try, I do try and take out some videos outside, get maybe when it's still pouring down with rain here in Spain. For those of you who don't know me, I'm based in mainland Spain. And it's been raining for about 4 days solid. It's freezing cold, hence the gloves, etc. It's cold, it's wet, it's miserable. I just feel so sorry for anyone who's out here on holiday because it's horrible. But it will get better. Apparently, it's going to get better towards the weekend, tomorrow, hopefully Saturday. But today it's wet, miserable, and raining. So yeah, I've forgotten why I started telling you about that. Anyway, why did I start saying that? Just to let you know, probably, because there's always new people watching that maybe don't know anything about my channel. Okay, so let's have a look at what's happened to this poor girl, this particular girl. She fell 65 feet. Because she was trying to climb a notorious mountain. So this is what a lot of influencers do, for their followers. They like take photos in different places. It's boring, isn't it, taking a photo, I suppose, in your living room or whatever. But, so they want to climb up mountains, I don't know, stand on the edge of precipices, take the very best photo that they can in the most different place that they can take it. And this is why their followers, they're on Instagram there's so many social media platforms now. You've got YouTube, TikTok, Instagram, X, Facebook, there are so many, and there are much more than that, Snapchat, etc. So lots of social media channels out there that people want to impress on. So this girl, apparently tributes have flooded in for her as an ambitious, bright and cherished 28-year-old. In fact, I think I need to light the candle for Maria. Well, for Maria and for all other influencers who have gone that little step too far. They've gone that little step too far to try and please their followers or to try and increase their following. So this candle is for them, for all of them, not only Maria, who have, died unfortunate deaths. So yeah, it's a trend, isn't it? How long will it last? Of course, everything, since the advent of social media, everything's photographs now, isn't it? Selfies. People try and put on this bright persona that, you never know what's really going on in their lives. But the persona that they try and show on their social media, is always happy and bright, and everything's exciting, and then some people like Maria become influencers and actually start doing it more as a job rather than just a hobby for themselves. So she was in North Wales. This has happened in Wales, in Snowdonia, and she died after falling 65 feet from a notorious mountain when she slipped while she was climbing. She was scaling Tryfan Mountain. I hope I've pronounced that right. There'll be Welsh people out there tell me I haven't pronounced it right, probably. Or Tryfan, I don't know if it's Tryfan or Tryfan Mountain in Snowdonia, North Wales, when the horror unfolded. And I know what you mean, Kelly. Sometimes in this picture, Maria looks to me like, who was that awful girl, that Hannah from the UK, the USA, who disappeared, didn't she? And then didn't tell anyone where she was going and was all mysterious. And then her father deleted himself because he couldn't live with the guilt that he hadn't been a good enough father to her, and it was thought that she might have done something to herself or been, murdered. She looks like her there, I think. Yeah, because of course all the poses are the same, aren't they? It's actually really sad, isn't it? Because, and also I personally, I don't like it because, it's what people want to do, and if people want to follow them. But people that are following these sort of influencers, they're thinking, oh, why my life's not like that? It makes people depressed because they're looking at someone, it appears that they're having this fabulous life and everything's great and they're doing this, doing that, it's all exciting. And then people can get depressed because most people aren't doing that, aren't they? Probably 99% of people are not jetting all around the world and having their photo taken in strange locations. It's probably only 1% of people that are doing it. So the ones that aren't doing it, they almost, they feel like they're missing out. It's that fear of missing out thing, isn't it? Anyway, very beautiful girl, only a young girl. It's a terrible shame. So you can see the sort of pictures she would take. She's looking towards the sun there on the summit of somewhere. So apparently her heel slipped as she attempted to reach a ledge to lift herself up. Wasn't she wearing, what do they wear? They normally wear like ropes, don't they, and things. Anyway, so poor Maria suffered severe head injuries, including a fractured skull after falling a considerable distance, and a core in Caernarfon. Oh, I won't have spelled it. Caernarfon, is that? Heard the influencer showcased her outdoors lifestyle on social media. Maria was an experienced mountaineer and had recently completed an ice climbing course in Norway. Now, I know I am the total opposite of Maria in the sense I'm the least, even when I was young, I'd be the least likely person you would ever get up a mountain. I don't like heights. I don't like snow and ice. I don't like being cold. So I never liked skiing. I never liked anything that, I'm uncomfortable. I like to be, I like walking in the country. That's what I like. I like rambling, walking in the woods, but not mountains, not hills. I like countryside. But even then, I never liked camping, for example. So, I'm quite happy to rough it. I'm not worried about getting wet and cold as I'm out walking, but like a nice, comfortable bed to sleep in at night. And I've always been the same. I've never liked camping. Ever since I had a terrible experience when I was a teenager with the school, went camping with the school, hated every minute of it. And my dad had to come and get me and take me home because it was just awful. So camping, those kind of things are not for me. But I do like walking and stuff. I can see the attraction but I don't see the attraction of mountains. I just don't. They look nice for me. That's lovely. That photo's lovely. But, it didn't have to have her in it, no offense to her. It's a beautiful scene, isn't it? Whatever. Let's have a look at the other photos. Yeah, there's some lovely pictures of that. Seems to be some sort of waterfall. That's nice. Oh, I mean, it is a shame because she's such a young girl and she's got a whole life in front of her, hasn't she, at the end of the day? But she was doing what she wanted to do. So that's the other thing we have to remember. Some people have their life taken from them, don't they? They don't have a choice in it. Just looking at, this is that horrible man that went and killed 3 members of one family, Kyle Clifford. Those are people who don't have a choice, in what they do. Hi, Joanne. So, hi, David. Sorry, I've missed some people coming in there. Yeah, Hannah, our favourite person, David. She just looked a little bit like her on that photo. So, yes, some people don't have a choice, do they? They have their lives taken from them by people. Now, I'm not saying that Maria, she didn't want to die, obviously. But, she was doing what she loved. She was doing what she chose to do. And for whatever reason, she enjoyed doing it. But it just shows you, even when you're an experienced mountaineer, an experienced hiker, for example, we hear that so often in Spain of these hikers going off in the middle of heat of the day and, something happening to them. You can never take, at the end of the day, nature, mountains, snow, hot conditions, cold conditions, nature in itself, you have no control over. You always have to respect it. I'm not sure why she wasn't wearing ropes, because I thought that what mountaineers did, don't they, stick the pegs in and then these ropes so that if they do lose their footing, they've got some ropes to support them. So I don't know what was going on there, why she didn't have her ropes anyway. So she suffered severe head injuries, including a fractured skull after falling a considerable distance. So, yeah, she's apparently an experienced mountaineer, had recently completed an ice climbing course in Norway. She was climbing the mountain's notorious North Ridge, a popular but dangerous scrambling route, when the accident happened. That to me, that's a contradiction right there. Popular but dangerous scrambling route. This is it. People like taking chances, don't they? Not just influencers, mountaineers, hikers in general. They like challenges, don't they? It seems to be part of the human condition, like climbing Mount Everest or going to a danger, like if there's a hurricane, we have these hurricane chasers, don't we? Tornado chasers, people who go out, knowing that it's dangerous, to take the perfect photo, or sometimes not even to take the photo, they're just excited by the tornadoes or the hurricanes and they want to live on the edge. This is what people like doing. Some people like doing. So anyway, Coroner Kate Robertson adjourned the hearing, saying, "I send my sincere condolences to all Maria Eftimova's family and friends." So this happened on, not February again. God, February is a bit of a bleak month, isn't it? The tragedy happened on February the 22nd, and it was just 6 days after Dr. Charlotte Crook, 30, also died while climbing in the same region. Dr. Crook plunged 30 foot to her death while walking on Glyderfach with a fellow medic. So what? So it's claimed that area is just, God, we're only in March. So that's 2 at least that we know of in February. It's, anyway, what can I say? I mean, each to their own, and everyone's got to have their own hobbies and things, but there's no difference, is there? I suppose you might as well smoke 40 cigarettes a day, or drink yourself to death, or take drugs, or whatever. To me, this is just, you are taking a chance just the same, and it is like an addiction, because I would imagine what happens, and there'll be some of you out there who maybe are climbers, or who maybe do sort of look for thrills in one way or another, you know, apart from actual sort of pharmaceutical thrills, each to their own. Is it like an addiction? Like, would you find, say you climbed like a low mountain, you know, or a hill? You probably start off in a hill, I suppose, a challenging hill, and then does it make you want to do it again, but go climb a bit higher, go to a little bit more dangerous place? You know, sometimes people can get addicted to anything. You know, it's like, it doesn't have to be drugs or alcohol or nicotine. It can be an addiction, trying to find something more and more dangerous to do in various ways. Speed, you know, there's speed junkies. I don't mean the drug speed. I mean, you know, people trying to go faster and faster, or, you know, break records. How many Guinness Book of Records that are broken? But then a lot of people die doing them, don't they? Like motorbikes, trying to jump over buses and things, and it, you know, sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. Escapologists, etc. So all these things, do you think it's like an addiction that once they start, you know, because anyone, you can get addicted to anything really, can't you? You know, to me, an addiction is when you can't stop. You know, when nothing's enough, so you need to do the next, climb one mountain, oh, climb that one, I need to do the next, you know, do another one, do a higher one, etc. So it seems like this is a dangerous place. So why do people feel that they have to go there? You know, I don't, anyway, there you go. I'm just talking about the way I look on things. So tributes flooded in for Maria, who lived in St. Helens but was originally from Sofia in Bulgaria. And her friend Victoria Critchley set up a fundraising page to help her family. And she said Maria was an ambitious, bright and cherished 28-year-old whose vibrant personality, energy and aura touched and uplifted all those around her. She had a passion for engineering. She had studied civil engineering at the University of Salford, and a love for extreme sports. You know, so this girl, you know, she was contributing a lot to the world, wasn't she? You know, she studied engineering, but along with it, she had this love of extreme sports. Her biggest passion was snowboarding, which she was super excited for and looking forward to doing again on her upcoming trip to Austria. She had an insatiable thirst for life and exploring our world's beauty, and tragically she was taken from her family far, far, far too soon. No, definitely too soon. Another pal, Jem Elder, said, "We will miss you every day, forever, Maria Eftimova. Your beautiful, uplifting spirit will always live on. You really were the very definition of loving life and living a happy, fulfilled life, inspiring others to follow in your footsteps. See you on the last climb." Oh. So, yeah, I mean, it's horrible. The whole thing is horrible, but, you know, why do you think people, are you like, let me know in comments, are you a person who likes to climb mountains or take risks? Do you think that, or maybe you're an influencer who likes to take risky photos? And we're going to have a look at some other influencers that have died doing that. I just want to show you the fundraising page. Yes. Oh, look. So it's already beat its target. So this friend of hers, Victoria, she's raising £15,000 to help bring Maria home. So I suppose what they mean by that is it to try and be to repatriate her body to Bulgaria, I presume. Yes. So the family who reside in Bulgaria face a significant financial burden to repatriate Maria and give her the dignified farewell with her loved ones that she deserves. The costs associated with international repatriation are substantial, and we want to alleviate the added burden and stress so they can focus on mourning their precious daughter. So the good news is this obviously a lot of people sympathising with the family. They've reached 128% of the target, so nearly £20,000 they're on now. So that's good because, not only a family have got, the horrible fact of losing her, to contend with the financial burden as well, so that's good. It's good that people are generous, aren't they? And there'll be people out there that maybe do similar things to what Maria does. They're probably more sympathetic, if you like. Okay, so hi Bertan. Yeah, very sad. So what we're going to have a look at now are some, because she's not the only one. So we're going to, so I went online and had a look, because lately I have been noticing quite a lot of these cases. Of course, this is something that wouldn't have happened at one time because, there was no social media. This is almost a result of social media, isn't it? Yeah, and when I went on Google to have a look, there's loads, all over the world. So let's have a look at some of them. So this is Sophia Chung. She was 32 and she was on a paradise trip when the accident happened, and she was trying to take a dangerous photo. So this is Sophia. Now, I think Sophia's the one that's famous for taking photos in bikinis at places. I mean, it looks hot there anyway. So, but I'm sure there's one influencer who died, who was famous for wearing a bikini, all different weird and wonderful places. I don't know if that was Sophia. So the dangers that extreme exposure to social media can bring go far beyond likes or negative comments from haters. Yeah, it's bad enough putting up with the trolls and the haters, but some influencers risk their lives for a good photo to post on Instagram. Sophia Chung suffered a fatal accident while climbing a waterfall in an attempt to take a selfie and show it to her more than 13,000 followers on Instagram. The influencer was known for her nature adventures and a free lifestyle, always in search of paradisiacal landscapes around the world. And the link in her bio says life should be fun, not silly. And Sophie fell from a 5-meter drop into the Qinghai River in Yuanglong City in China, as she travelled with 3 other friends to the place, and what was supposed to be a fun adventure ended in tragedy for the group. So there's another one, Sophia, 32 years old, but again, they're not the only ones. Let's have a look at another one. So this is someone who died in Spain. He's a British influencer, but actually this happened in Spain. Influencer 26 dies after falling from Spain's 600-foot bridge while filming content for social media. So this bridge is in Castilla. Hey, this bridge is in Castilla de la Mancha. Stop it. This is in Castilla-La Mancha Bridge in Spain. So why doesn't it say his name? It doesn't actually say his name, or it might say it later on. So a 26-year-old content creator from England lost his life after attempting a daring climb on one of Spain's most iconic yet tallest landmarks. And he was trying to scale the 630-foot high bridge in Talavera de la Reina. The influencer was accompanied by a 24-year-old friend, and the duo were reportedly shooting for a social media post. And then apparently, on October the 13th, accompanied by another individual, they attempted to scale the Castilla-La Mancha Bridge despite numerous warnings about the dangers associated with it, and tragically fell to his death from the 630-foot cable stayed structure on the Sunday morning. And the local city councillor, Macarena Munoz, confirmed the incident but emphasised that the bridge is totally prohibited. According to what we've been able to find out, they had come to Talavera to climb the bridge and create content for social media, which has resulted in this unfortunate and sad outcome. So, according to the Spanish media, it was raining cats and dogs earlier, which may have caused the bridge to become slippy. He was about 40 to 50 metres up, around a quarter of the total height of the bridge when he fell. But the reason he fell is not clear and will be investigated. He was not wearing any harnesses or protection for stability. So, yeah, apparently there's been a worrying increase in accidents amongst people trying to film exciting stuff for social media. So yeah, they still aren't mentioning his name here anyway, but that's probably out of respect to the family. But yeah, they found the person's body, took it to a funeral home nearby, letting the family know what happened. And the authorities are just reiterating nobody actually is allowed on the bridge. But of course, that doesn't stop people going on it, does it? Let's see. There's another one. So that one was from a food allergy. Here's one. An Indian influencer. So this is what I mean. These are all different influencers from all over the world. And again, this girl, 26 years old, trying to film an Instagram video at an Indian waterfall, fell into a gorge. Anvi Kandar, 26 years old. So, these people are from all over the world trying to do this because this is a trend. So she slipped and fell into a 300-foot gorge and tragically lost her life. She was on the trip with 7 friends and decided to try and capture the moment in the picturesque area before the accident happened at around 10:30 a.m. on the 16th of July. And here, these are the sort of pictures she would take. I mean, that's quite a nice, safe one. Well, it's next to a river, rivers are made just to give me the creeps now. But, So, yeah, what do we think about all this? I mean, here are some others of her photos, more normal. I mean, these are lovely pictures. But why would you have to take a picture in a dangerous place? That's what I don't understand. I understand why you would want to travel. I understand why you'd want to take nice pictures, build up your social media base. But I really, really do not understand why you have to do that by going to dangerous places. And then here's another one. So there's the people that follow hurricanes. So as hurricanes were devastating, was it Florida? Yeah. Other people are out there like this guy risking their lives to get a good video. Let's have a look at it.
La primera norma de todo piso de estudiantes es que se comparten los apuntes y la fibra. Ahora en Simio tienes fibra desde 25,99 y la instalación gratuita. Así sí, Simio.
Come on if y'all can hear me.
While most people were trying to escape Hurricane Milton, Michael Smalls Jr. says he went towards it to live stream himself with nothing but an air mattress and an umbrella. Why? To make money.
The wind started picking up and I don't know how to swim.
And this isn't the first time he's done this. A few weeks ago, he says he went out with a different prop, a tent, in Hurricane Helene. He's one of several content creators on platforms like Kick, a social media platform for live streaming, who've made money from pulling reckless stunts and risking their lives in these hurricanes.
I made a little money. I didn't make 10,000 off of that, but I definitely, paid a couple bills off of that.
While relief workers were trying to help those in need in Tampa.
Now, yeah, the problem I have with these kind of things is, is that often it's the emergency workers that have to go out and save these idiots. So it's all right him trying to make a video and risking his own life, but quite often they're risking other people's lives as well, because if he does get into difficulty, the emergency workers have got to go and try and rescue him, and he's gone there voluntarily.
Florida, in a mandatory evacuation zone, Michael decided to stay.
I take safety very seriously. To a degree, I guess you can say it's irresponsible, but for me, I would say it's a calculated banger.
Say, for example, you did get into trouble. Some people might say, but you're kind of taking away resources from somewhere else.
Yeah, I've definitely heard that, and it's definitely a sticky situation. But at the end of the day, I don't want to, for my dumb decision, I don't want to put other people's lives at risk and people try to come save me. So,
I mean, they would definitely come and save you because they're emergency services.
don't save me. I know what I got myself into. Don't save me.
For others, it was a case of life or death. Millions of people in Florida rushed to leave their homes as Hurricane Milton hit.
So he's there saying, don't save me, don't save me. But, the emergency services, how are they going to just leave him there? I mean, you would feel like leaving him there because he's there by choice. He's saying, don't save me. But I bet he might change his tune if he thought he really was at risk.
The West Coast, and Florida undertook the largest evacuation effort in years. Local Tampa officials said, ignoring mandatory evacuation orders puts lives at risk. When individuals disregard these warnings, they not only jeopardize their own safety, but also create additional challenges for first responders who are working tirelessly to save lives. Some digital experts say the onus is on platforms allowing people to monetize this sort of content. Kick, the platform that Mike used, said this: Kick is a fiercely creator-first platform, and we do not influence the content our creators choose to stream. However, if that content breaches our terms of service or is in any way illegal, then we can impose a ban or suspension. Michael's profile and his content from the hurricane is still available on the platform.
Come on, if y'all can hear me.
While most...
It's funny, isn't it? Because these, like YouTube, as we've seen with my channel, oh my God, sometimes you think they'll throw you off for practically nothing. But I suppose if I went chasing a hurricane and put my life in danger and put the emergency services life in danger, that's probably allowed. It's quite odd, isn't it, what they allow and what they don't allow. You can never really quite work it out, I think. But anyway, so that was him. He's doing it for that. There's influencers who died following extreme diets. There's so many pictures. Let's have a look at this. A picture to die for. In our smartphone adult society, selfie deaths are a public health issue. So they're mentioning that Anvi Kamdar, somebody in April, a 39-year-old content creator slipped off a viewing platform in the country of Georgia while climbing a barrier to take a selfie. In March, 43-year-old tourist in Indonesia. In December, 39-year-old tourist in Beacon Hill, New York. Oh, that's a bit suspicious, isn't it? It said a 39-year-old tourist fell off a cliff in Beacon Hill while posing for a selfie with her husband. Because that's happened sometimes. Then husbands or wives, there's been women and men that have pushed people off, tried to get people to go and take a photo like on the edge of something and then push them off. That's happened quite a lot in America's national parks. And there's probably lots of cases that haven't been picked up on, but some people have been found out for doing it. So 2022 study, 379 selfie-related deaths worldwide. That's more than 4 times the number of people who died by shark bite. And it's probably an underestimate because the numbers are mostly pulled from media reports, which don't cover all deaths and can be hard for researchers to find. So, yeah, it's definitely unique, isn't it? It's unique to the sort of world we live in now, because of course that wouldn't have happened before, because there wasn't this obsession with taking selfies in dangerous spots, was there? Gosh. I've seen sorry, I'm just reading the chat, a bit of the chat about that lady you're talking about, Kelly and Victoria. There's so much. Been so many incidences. I watched one on a video the other day, and to be fair, this was an accident. But the thing is, it wouldn't have happened if the woman hadn't. These people, quite a few people watching. Like stood at the side of a waterfall, free flowing river, and the river was, and all trying to get this fantastic picture. And this poor woman was just stood by the side of the river trying to get a photo, leaning in, trying to get a photo. And the guy behind her, I mean, he'll feel terrible. He tripped, slipped on the rocks, banged into her, and she fell into the river and she died. She drowned. He was okay, but I mean, it wasn't a deliberate act. It was an accident, you know. So I wonder if I can find that. No, so they stood. Let's see. I don't think I could find it. Because he didn't push her into the river, really, to be honest. He fell into her. Let's see. You know, pure accident. No, can't see it. Can't see it anywhere, but it came up on a video that I was watching the other day. The thing is, anyone can slip on rocks. So if you're stood right next to a waterfall, I think it was a waterfall actually, not a river. So maybe if I change that to waterfall. If you're stood on, you know, slippy water, slippy rocks, with all people all around you, you know, so this, as I say, this guy slipped. She didn't slip, the woman, but she was stood right on the edge trying to get a really good selfie, and he slipped and hit her, and she slipped into the water, and then they found her body later. Ah, here it is. I think this might be it. No, no, I can't find it. So anyway, I'll find it for another day. Hi, Angel. Ah, you're on your way to a dog show. Oh, that'll be a good day. That'll be a good day. Can't beat having some dogs to look at. Dogs will always cheer you up. Anyway, I'm going because what I've got lots of Spanish classes. I'm going out for lunch. I'm going out for an Indian lunch, I think, today. So I'm looking forward to that. As I say, it's pouring down with rain. What else can you do but go and have a nice Indian? So, and then, yeah, then I've got an afternoon. Oh, it's members live tonight, isn't it? So I'll definitely be back later in the members at least, and maybe be back for another video. You never know what might come up. But thank you so much for watching, and yeah, I've lit the candle for Maria, but not only Maria, you know, all other influencers that have fell to their deaths trying to give people a good picture, or trying to make, what's the word, trying to improve their channel, or, you know, what is the motivation behind it? And, you know, much as I would like to improve my channel, but I won't be doing that. I won't be doing that, definitely. I won't be going and standing at the side of a cliff or something. Sorry to disappoint you haters out there, but I won't be doing that. That I definitely won't be doing. I might take a couple of selfies in the Indian later. That's about as exciting as my life gets. So I'll see you really soon in the next video. Take care of yourselves and look after you, because you are the most important person. Please don't go to any high places and take selfies. Please don't. Okay, I'll see you really soon in the next video. And until then, may your God, as always, go with you. Bye.